Hi, today I have this great canvas project for you. We're going to be painting and drawing some flowers, and anybody can do it. So first we're going to start with a blank canvas. And what you want to do is we're going to be working with watercolors. And these may not look like the watercolors that you're used to. That's because these are tube watercolors. And all we're going to do is you're just going to squeeze it directly onto the canvas. And you can see it comes out nice and thick. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take a very wet brush and you're going to just begin to brush that color into the canvas. Now don't worry, it's going to be a little bit spotty, it's not going to completely cover. That is totally normal, and that's actually the look that we're looking for. We want something that's a little more artsy, edgy, not just totally clean and painted. And then we're going to go to our next color, and here's one of the reasons that I absolutely love watercolors and working with paint, is that the colors just blend so beautifully. So you'll see that where I put down the yellow, first, I'm going to go over it. Oops, let me clean my brush. You want to make sure not to contaminate the colors. And I'm going to go right over that yellow. And then in between the yellow and the red, I'm going to start to brush there. And you'll see this beautiful orange color is going to start to come up. Isn't that pretty? And the colors just blend so nicely. And you just keep working it and working it and working it. And then I would keep going. And as you can see in the example, I would go through blue and then into orange, and you can see how the yellow and the blue make green, and the orange and the blue make for a kind of a purpley color. And I'm just gonna move this out of the way, and let me just clean this mess up right here that I've made before I bring over a canvas that I have that is already dry. And here you can see that wonderful color that I was talking about, and you can see all those little gaps too, which I really like. I think it adds a nice fun texture. The other thing I want to note is I have painted the edges of the canvas with watercolor, and that's really just to make sure that everything looks pretty when it's hanging on the wall. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this photo on, and you'll do a much better job than me. I'm just sticking it down real quick here, and I'm going to put it at an angle. And now I'm going to take this paint marker and I'm just going to give it a good shake up and down. And then using this rag I have here, I'm going to push the tip in. Okay, and once I'm sure that ink is flowing through that tip, I'm going to do a very light outline of the photo, and I'm not close at all to the photo, and I'm not worried about it. And it's okay. This does not have to be a straight line. You don't need a ruler. You know, I think that things that you make should look like you made them. I like the look that's handmade, that you see the artist's hand in it, you know? Okay, so once you have your square or your frame around your photo, you want to start to make your garden grow. So to make a flower, it's very easy. You're going to draw a half circle, okay? And then you're going to draw the petals, which are really just loops. You do one loop, and then another loop, and you just keep going with the loops. And the thing that's so nice about this technique is that it's really forgiving. You can see how thin this line is, because what we're going to do, as you can see in the finished product, is we're going to color it in with a white paint pen, and then we're going to come back with a thicker gold pen to outline what we've already done. So it doesn't matter if you mess up. You can see how quickly I'm moving and how easy it is. If you feel like your pen is running out at any time, just go ahead, push the tip in a little bit. If you want to shake it again, make sure that you put the cap on to do that. So now I'm going to switch over to the thicker pen just so you can see it a little better on camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that tulip. And what it looks like basically is you're going to draw the stem. You're going to draw sort of a half tear shape, another half tear shape, draw a shape in the middle, which is like half a leaf, and you have your tulip. If you want to do the little tiny flowers, all you're going to do is draw a little stem out, circle, 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 and then again, a leaf just goes like this with a little stem. And I, of course, will have all the instructions for this on the website, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you caught it all. So now let's color it in. And I'm going to take this white paint pen and I'm going to shake it up, and then I'm going to push the tip in on my rag like I did with the other pen. And then I'm going to color in this tulip. And one of the things that I really like about using paint pens is they're just so opaque. So this is going to completely cover up that orange color, and it's really going to make my tulip stand out. And the really nice thing is that you don't have to worry about making any mistakes at all. Okay, so after I color this in, all I would do is I would add some watercolor droplets just with a wet paintbrush into some black paint, some black watercolor paint, splat, 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 and you've got a beautiful finished canvas. We'll be right back from location.